All right, now we're getting into something very real. Why heartbreak hurts, why people get bored, and why stress can quietly kill romance without anyone even realizing it. Let's start with heartbreak. If you've ever gone through a breakup and felt like your chest was literally being crushed, that wasn't dramatic. That wasn't just emotional. Your brain processes social rejection using some of the same circuits it uses for physical pain. There's a region called the anterior cingulate cortex. It lights up when you stub your toe, and it also lights up when you're rejected. To your nervous system, losing a bond is not just sadness, it's a survival alarm. Your brain essentially says, connection lost, threat detected, and then your body follows. Signals travel through something called the vagus nerve, a massive communication highway between your brain and your organs. That's why heartbreak isn't just in your head. You feel it in your throat, that tight lump. You feel it in your chest, that ache. You feel it in your stomach, that hollow drop. Your airway muscles can tighten, your heart rate can fluctuate. Your breathing shifts. It becomes physical. In extreme cases, there's even something called Takotsubo cardiomyopathy, often nicknamed broken heart syndrome. In this condition, a massive surge of stress hormones, especially adrenaline, temporarily stuns the heart muscle. It can mimic a heart attack. That's how powerful emotional stress can be. So heartbreak isn't poetic exaggeration, it's a neurochemical shock. Now let's talk about stress, the ultimate romance killer. If dopamine is the gas pedal of desire, cortisol is the emergency brake. Cortisol is your primary stress hormone, and your body operates in two major modes, survival mode and reproduction mode. It doesn't prioritize both at the same time. When cortisol rises, your brain assumes there's danger. Historically, that danger might have been a predator. Today, it might be deadlines, financial pressure, family conflict, but your nervous system doesn't know the difference. It just knows emergency. And when there's an emergency, reproduction is not a priority. Cortisol actively suppresses the production of testosterone and estrogen. It diverts energy away from sexual function and toward fight or flight systems. This isn't psychological, it's biological resource allocation. That's why chronic stress can flatten libido. You can love someone deeply, you can find them attractive, but if your stress levels are high enough, your brain literally turns off the plumbing. It says, now is not the time. This is also why vacation sex is such a cliché. When people step away from stress, cortisol drops. When cortisol drops, sex hormones rise again. Desire returns. It's not magic, it's chemistry shifting back into reproductive mode. So if we zoom out, we can see a pattern. Heartbreak floods the system with stress chemicals and drops dopamine. The biological message is connection lost, survival threatened. Chronic stress elevates cortisol. The message becomes divert all energy to survival, shut down reproduction. And that's why people get hurt so deeply. That's why stress drains intimacy. And that's why boredom sometimes creeps in when the high fades, because the brain is constantly recalibrating between excitement, attachment, and survival. Underneath the poetry of love and loss, there's a nervous system trying to keep you alive, and sometimes, in doing that, it accidentally breaks your heart.